No matter how hard you guys tried, the Haneys were unstoppable. Mission unstoppable. And I will continue to give them credit. Let's chat for a bit.
Push the weight and flex. Alive is more than the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm still celebrating. The reason is because this is groundbreaking. This whole thing that the Haneys went through was proof that all we got is us. This was the most biased and unfair treatment that I've ever seen done to any boxer in this lifetime. I've read a lot of things. I've studied about the Black Murderers Row. And shameful to say, you think, okay, that happened back then, but it was a different time. And, it's better. It's gotten better through the 80s. It's gotten better through the 90s. It's gotten better through the 2000s, 2010s. Now we're in the 2020s. Nothing's changed. I would say it's become just more covert. No. This was out in our face. And speaking of faces, you know what I just noticed? That middle belt. That's George Kambosos' face in that middle belt. All right, fine. That's really cute. But you know what I really appreciate about this picture? Other than the Haneys, father and son, king, two kings. You know what I appreciate the most about this picture? You barely see that WBC strap. You barely see it. It's on Devin's right shoulder, covered by the Ring magazine. I'm curious. I want to know what happens to that franchise title. But I'm celebrating this, man, because y'all will never know. Y'all are brushing this off. The people that are hating on this right now, you guys wanted Devin to lose. And for reasons, if you root against Devin Haney, then you just simply don't like boxing. If you call him boring, you don't like boxing. I will call you a racist. If you don't like Devin Haney's style of fight, I will call you a racist. Because if that is the case, then you don't like Vasily Lomachenko. Because we was over here calling him white chocolate for a minute. Because we haven't seen a white fighter move like that, like in a long time. Matter of fact, I don't think ever. He fights with what we call soul. What makes him any more inciting than Devin Haney? Huh? George Kambosos was favored to win this fight. He didn't get the knockout. So what? I wanted him to. I thought he would stop him in line because I just thought that everything that Devin does was better than Kambosos. And it was. It was. Devin told George, you had better head movement than I thought. But still, what that meant, what Devin meant was what? Instead of landing 2,000 jabs, he thought he was going to land 4,000. Because that jab was just dead on, man. He couldn't get out of the way. He couldn't get out of the way of the jab at all. There's no reason to dislike this kid other than do the math. There's no reason for you to hate on Devin Haney. None. They submitted. They did everything that was asked of them. And even when they agreed to taking short money and sacrificing location, y'all heard what he had to put up with. Boy, right? You were chosen, boy. Then you clowns tried to separate him from his father. Y'all will now, man, listen, when I first saw this picture, I teared up because I was angry. They knew better. The Team Cambozo knew better. If there was a problem with Bill getting into the country and Bob Ware getting into the country and everyone else who had a felony from like damn near 25 years ago, that's something that should have came up in the first time they sat down or did it over Zoom or whatever they did. We have strict laws in Australia. Does anybody on your team have felonies? Because that might be a problem. We have to do some work on that. They didn't do that. They waited until the week of. Start popping off with that nonsense. And Devin said, you know what? I have a mission. And I am unstoppable. Dad, I know the mission. We've trained for this. And truth be told, it wouldn't have made a difference whether Bill was there or not. But what they did, what they tried to do was disrupt Devin's mentality. That's what all the trash talking was about. Calling him a rat. When in reality, the real rat was George. You turned on your own countrymen. Everything you said about Devin, that was you. You know, people judge other people off of themselves. Insecure people. You knew you couldn't beat Devin. You knew you couldn't beat him. And if Bill couldn't make it to the country, you refused to have him on that new technology, which I saw it at the post-fight. It was a monitor on a pole or something. And Bill looked at it and said, yeah, this is what we almost had to agree to. But guess what? Y'all said no to that. Yeah, you were chosen, boy, right? You chose wrong. You tried to choose the man in the Ukraine war who has 2 losses and no belts, which leads me to believe that you didn't give a damn about Undisputed. And you sat up there and called Devin's belt fake. He's a gangster, and he's every bit as fake as that belt he has. And I'm like, what is he talking about? That's the real belt. That Lomachenko gave up rather than fight him. Well, you already know what I say. Time reveals all truth, and the lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. And the truth is, this happened. In the 11th hour, I don't know what strings were pulled, but Bill shows up. He got off the plane telling you the truth. Y'all pulled all these tricks. Y'all gonna pay now. And y'all paid with every strap. George, you won those straps in one night, and you lost them in one night. And I don't care how humble you are and saying, oh, it's this time. You know what, George? You're not forgiven. I will never forgive you. There's selling a fight, and then there's just you being a a-hole. You're a liar, dude. You're the rat. And nobody held you accountable. That's all right. Never fear. I'm here. Before and after the fight, ESPN is still lying to the people. Look at this. Look at that. Male undisputed champs in the 4-belt era since 1988. They got Bernard Hopkins, true. Jermaine Taylor, who won it off Bernard Hopkins, true. You got Terrence Bud Crawford, true. You got Alexander Usyk at cruiserweight, true. Here's the discrepancy. You got Teofimo Lopez, not true. That man had a franchise strap that he requested. If he beat Vasily Lomachenko, can I get that belt? Can I get that status? It's not even supposed to be a belt, y'all. And this guy said yes. You see that face? That's after Devin won. That's a look of disgust, like, this was not in the plan. And I done played the audio a million times. Teofimo told Devin that him being a champion was not in the plan. After he goes the IBF route, he's going to work with Vasily Lomachenko. The cards were stacked against Team Haney from day one. He said it. And now Teofimo's up at 140, talking about, yo, the only person that could beat Tank is me. Stop begging for a fight, dude. Yeah, 140, right? Go fight Catterall, who fought Josh Taylor. Go try and fight Josh Taylor, because you also admitted, hey man, if I beat Cambozo, you know what I was going to do with it? Meaning you was going to dump the belts and go up to 140 and fight Josh Taylor. You never was going to fight Devin Haney because you were scared. And based off of what we saw, Devin pitched a shutout. Now, Teo, I do believe that you lost the fight against Cambozo more than he won it because you ain't take him serious. You was running around trying to be a rock star, and you didn't take him serious. Got dropped in the first round. You couldn't close the deal in round 10. It was a recipe for disaster for you. And I do think you lost it more than George won it. But guess what? Now that both of you are coming off of losses, I think y'all need to run it back. Take your ass to Australia and see how you make out. I'm calling for that fight, the rematch in Australia. And let's see if you take the short money that Devin took. There's no belt involved. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't make 135 anymore. Hey, well, check this out. George, you can make 140. Don't say you can't. Because you told your countryman, the one that you betrayed to help Manny Pacquiao, Jeff Horn, you told him, if you got a problem with me helping Manny Pacquiao, I can come up 2 weight classes and we can settle it. You said that. So you was talking about going to 147, dude. So you can make 140. How about this? George Cambozo versus Teofimo Lopez rematch in Australia at 140. How about that? Back to this lie. So Teofimo Lopez, that's a discrepancy. This is ESPN, y'all, lying to y'all. Josh Taylor, 100% true. Canelo Alvarez, 100% true. George Cambozo, who won it off for Teofimo Lopez, not true. Then you got Jamel Charlo, 100% true. Devin Haney, 100% true. Why? Because he was already the WBC champion. You know the belt that George Cambozo tried to say was fake? Oh, my God. These lies are getting exposed. I stand with Team Haney. This picture speaks volumes. You need to blow this picture up. You could bronze it, do what you want with it. This is excellence right here. And by the way, Devin Haney didn't have an end swell in his corner because Bob Ware wasn't there. You understand? So when I say the chips were stacked against him, this man prevailed. Mission unstoppable. Salute the Haneys. Bronx on deck. Move!